A lot of people don't know that there are laws about the ingredients that can be in your sunscreen when you're in the US Virgin Islands.
You may have not heard about this, but if you're planning a trip to go there, or even if you're just visiting on a cruise, you need to know what sunscreens are allowed and which ones to avoid. Hey guys, I'm Phoebe.
I'm Adam.
We're the couple behind In the Great Wide, and we visited the US Virgin Islands, specifically St. Thomas and St. Croix, during our first Caribbean cruise, and we are going back on our next cruise that is coming up. So we thought now would be a good time to talk about this.
First, why are there sunscreen laws in the US Virgin Islands?
Well, there are millions of tourists that visit the US Virgin Islands every year. And wearing sunscreen is important, you know, when you're in the Caribbean. But inevitably, some of it is going to wash off of you when you get in those beautiful crystal clear waters.
Some of the chemicals in most sunscreens are toxic to marine life, especially the coral reefs.
And over time, with how many visitors go there, specifically for the beautiful beaches and the clear waters, those chemicals will build up and destroy the reefs.
So they put laws in place to ban specific chemicals to keep that from happening.
So those specific chemicals that they've banned are called the toxic 3 O's.
Those include oxybenzone, octinoxate, and octocrylene.
Yes, good job with the pronunciations. But I have noticed that even sunscreens that are labeled reef safe or reef friendly, they may contain one or two of these ingredients, so you have to check the ingredient list.
Your best bet is to search for mineral sunscreen, but still check the ingredient list, just in case.
Yes, I have actually noticed recently, as I've been searching for mineral sunscreen to take on our next cruise, that it's even more prevalent now that even mineral sunscreens could contain one of those ingredients. So make sure you are checking the ingredient list. But we found this mineral sunscreen from Aveeno on Amazon that we used on our last cruise, and no one got sunburned, so it's got my thumbs up.
Because getting a sunburn on a Caribbean cruise would be awful.
It would be the worst.
It would be terrible. Absolutely terrible.
It would possibly ruin your trip. Honestly.
Yeah.
It would be really sad.
Yeah.
But this one cost $12. It's a 3-ounce bottle, so it's TSA compliant. And I will leave a link in the description to where you can buy it on Amazon.
It's more expensive than everyday lotion sunscreen, but not prohibitively more expensive.
Yeah.
And it's worth it to keep the waters and beaches pristine so you can go back and still actually enjoy the nice pristine beach.
Yes, you got to do your part. But mineral sunscreen is much thicker than other sunscreens, so just be prepared for that.
It's like putting on a white paste. It's great.
I recommend putting it on in the morning when you get out of the shower before you even get dressed, so that it has time to soak into your skin before you get to the beach.
Yeah, don't be scared if you see it, you're putting it on and it's very white. It will soak in.
Yes.
It definitely will.
Yeah. Our friends also found a spray-on mineral sunscreen, but it was still super thick, and honestly, it looked like graffiti when it was going on. It looked like they were literally putting spray paint on our friend's back. It was ridiculous.
It was weird. I don't really understand the purpose of the spray because it didn't really help at all. You still had to rub it in, but, you know, regardless. When we were at Maggins Bay Beach, we actually saw a beach attendant tell a couple they had to go to the parking lot to use their spray-on sunscreen.
Yeah, I couldn't find any information specifically about spray-on sunscreens not being allowed in the US Virgin Islands, but I recommend going with the lotion route just to be safe.
Yeah, I'm guessing it had to do with the CFCs and stuff. I mean, I assume that stuff affects the coral reefs just as much as the minerals do. But
well, and there were a lot of other people around them, and they're just like spraying this aerosol spray, so you know.
But I don't think they knew. It was just they had it, and so they're using it. And and the attendant wasn't a dick about it or anything. He was just like, hey, you have to get away from the water when you do this.
Yeah. And I did find more mineral sunscreen options besides this Aveeno one that are listed in our full blog article. Just click the first link in the description to see those.
I can't say whether or not they're effective, the ones that you found, but the Aveeno one was for us, so this is the one that we recommend.
Yes. But you can also wait to buy your sunscreen when you get to the U.S. Virgin Islands to make sure that you get one that is compliant, because that's the only ones that they sell there. But you may end up spending more money that way.
Yeah, we realized we hadn't bought enough sunscreen before we went on the trip for the two of us.
Yeah.
So we bought some at the cruise port in St. Thomas.
Yeah, it was this one here, this Banana Boat for kids mineral sunscreen. For whatever reason, the kids stuff was cheaper, so that's what we went with. We figured if it's good enough for kids' sensitive skin, it's got to be good enough for ours.
It's the exact same stuff. It's just they labeled it for kids for whatever reason.
I don't know.
But we got this 6-ounce bottle for $15, so it wasn't too bad. $14.99. You can still see the
the sticker.
On it.
Yeah.
And again, neither of us got sunburned, so it worked.
Yeah. I couldn't find one on Amazon that looks like an exact match to this one, but I found one that seems to be the same one, just with like an updated label. So I'll put a link in the description to that one as well.
Yeah, it's $18 for a 2-pack of 6-ounce bottles, so definitely a better deal than some of the fancier mineral sunscreens that we've looked at.
Yeah, and I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give us a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more travel tips like this. Plus, you'll get to see our reviews of all the places that we travel all over the world.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the Great Wide somewhere.